Well, the Calgary Flames returned from the All-Star break. Their first game is against the Pacific Division leading Vegas Golden Knights. And as Matthew Tkachuk said, kind of the first period sets up this whole game. You end up winning it 6-0 the final, but 3-0 in the first period really seemed to change the dynamic against the number one team in the division.
For sure. The Calgary Flames came out. They put Vegas Golden Knights on their heels early, which they needed to do. Team on a back-to-back game, back-to-back night, and they did it the right way. They did it from defense first. I was joking, the ice was still shiny at the defensive zone of the Calgary Flames because they just weren't in there at all, and it led to all these great offensive chances up the ice. We saw some really nice goals, one from Lindholm, one from Backlund, and right here you get Andrew Mangiapane scoring at home, which is an added bonus.
Yeah, absolutely, and he ends up finishing the night with 2. Kind of doubles his home total from this season. You get the between the legs goal from Matthew Tkachuk, 4 points for Backlund. Mange gets a couple of goals as well. Matthew Tkachuk with 3 points, kind of all across the board. Defense chipping in as well, and then Jacob Markstrom, yet another star night for him on Saddledome Ice.
Ticked all the boxes, right?
Sure
you got
did.
Secondary scoring, your top guys are scoring, and then your goaltender is hot. And didn't have to be in the first period, but this second period, after that slow start, he comes out and makes some incredible saves. And just to be able to keep himself ready, that's the sign of a goaltender that's, focused, ready to go, and a guy who's just an ultimate competitor. Bad giveaway here at the end of the period, and this is my favorite save, just to keep this a 3-goal game. Oh, sorry, pardon me. At that time, it was a 4-goal game. That goal goes in and could be a completely different third period for the Calgary Flames.
Changes a little bit, right? 4-1 going in the third period. Instead, it's 4-0.
It just gives a little bit of hope, so this was nice. You just squashed all of that right off the hop.
Either way, it finishes with a shutout, which is the 8th of the season for Jacob Markstrom, leads the National Hockey League, and closing in on one of your former teammates' Flames record, which is 10 shutouts in a season by Mika Kiprasov, which is hard to fathom in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and Kipper was one of those guys, just the ultimate competitor, and you see that in Jacob Markstrom as well. Yeah. And I was talking about earlier tonight how even though he didn't see a lot of action in the first period, Jacob found a way to keep himself in the game. He's out there, he's playing pucks, he's talking to his teammates, just staying very engaged in the game. And Kipper was much like that. I mean, we probably gave him more work than he needed some nights, but there are eerie similarities between the two. And I think just work ethic and competitiveness, if that's the correct way of using that word, they're
like
just...
it's elite.
They kind of look the same to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to keep him sharp. That's all you were doing. You just wanted to keep him engaged.
Yeah, you got to
keep him busy.
Didn't give him enough in the first. We better give him a little bit in the second, and that's what the Calgary Flames did tonight.
Give him a little bit of work. All right, there it is. So Flames win it 6-0. They're back from the All-Star break, first of 7 straight on home ice, and it continues with back-to-back games against the Leafs tomorrow.